The Lumberjacks at 33-11-0, second in the West here coming into tonight's game. We open this one with a face-off win for Granite City. They'll slide it back on defense and now chip it into the offensive zone. Back to get it is Trey Walton. He leaves it on the near side for Hofstetter, trying to work it up the near wing. He gets cut off by Jack Healy, and a bouncing puck now into the corner. Up the near boards, held in the zone by the Lumberjacks. Hofstetter can't work it out just yet. Now it gets hit off his body and is taken forward by Clayton Daw to the blue line. Daw comes across, a shot put on. Johnston the save, and the puck picked up by St. Louis on the far side. Over to the near wing now for Trey Walton. He'll step off the blue line, fire a shot through, and that's gloved and held onto by Johnston for a whistle here with 19:21 left to go in the first period. If you're just joining us here on the broadcast, this is game number 2 between these two teams. St. Louis winning by a 6-1 final score last night here at the Afton Ice Rink. This is the 4th and final meeting between the two teams as well, as the faceoff is tied up by Deba and now taken into the corner by the Lumberjacks. They'll send it behind the net. Larson fires it out, trying to spring Simone at the blue line. Simone able to pick it up. He scoots it along, and it's taken by the Lumberjacks in the far corner. Now turned over. Bacardi will get to it for St. Louis. Off a stick, it comes out to center ice, and is taken there by Johnson. Flipped off the near wing for Simon. That goes over his stick, so St. Louis will collect inside their own zone. A misplayed puck finally chipped out across the blue line to center ice. Can't be picked up by Ross, as Larson is stuffed at the blue line by a trio of Junior Blues, and now flipped forward by Deba. Mike Deba up the near wing. Ross finds that puck in the near circle. Backhander put on, and Nate Johnston with the save, and he had to look at his side there to make sure he had that trapped against his body. Jake Stevenson steps in for the faceoff on the near side. Unable to win it here for St. Louis. The Lumberjacks tie up the puck in the near corner. Trio of Junior Blues trying to work it free off the wall. It finally pops over the head of Stevenson, and now is shuffleboarded along to the far side. Picking it up over there is Diaz, and he can't clear it out. Held in the zone on a good play by St. Louis. Comes around to the near side. Kramer takes a whack at it, can't control it. And now Rumpf pinching in to hold it in the near corner. Puck squirts free. The Lumberjacks will send it through the skates of Pogue over at it. Can't control it. And now Rumpf pinching in to hold it in the near corner. Puck squirts free. The Lumberjacks will send it through the skates of Pogue over there. And a shot fired wide of the net now by the Junior Blues. Over to the near corner. Salamondo with a chip on it. The goal light came on, but the save was made by Johnston there. Puck behind the net now taken by Salamondo. A bad save made by Johnston. The rebound picked up again by St. Louis. Good offensive pressure here in the early portion of this hockey game. That was one thing that Granite City had going for them early on in the first period last night. They had a ton of offensive zone time in the St. Louis end as the puck gets chipped in off the ceiling by Landon Johnson, and play is halted here with 17:28 remaining in the first period of play. 5 shots for St. Louis, none for Granite City so far in this game, as we get a face-off inside Junior Blues territory to the right of Brett Tomei on the far side of the ice. This one is won by the Junior Blues. They take it in the far corner. Now it's sent ahead to Kovalenko. Kovalenko chips it out to Ivory on the far side. He tries to make his way down the boards, able to chip it past Landon Booth, and the puck now goes behind the net. Booth lost it in his skates. It comes over to the near side. Kovalenko whacking away at it, trying to dig it free off the boards, but it gets tied up by the Lumberjacks in the near corner. Now Booth presses it back against the glass. I believe it's under his skates. Now it pops free, but it comes right to Tristan Birdsall, who sends it to the far side, and then with some help from Davidson, able to clear it out to center. Back the other way come the Junior Blues. Kovalenko into the zone, makes a move to the net, a save by Johnston. The rebound squirts free to the side of the net. Picked up by Sosa, and now another shot from St. Louis on the far boards. Karams around in front, finds its way back to Walton at the blue line, and he'll backhand it off the far boards down into the corner. Billy Bronson able to send the puck out to center ice. St. Louis making a change, so Guds sends it across for Walton on the near side, who throws it down into the offensive zone, and he'll head off to finish up that line change for the Junior Blues here. Granite City trying to work it out of their own zone yet again. Can't clear it out on the near side just yet. Hofstetter takes it off the wall. His shot put on, blocked in front. And now finally cleared to the near boards by Granite City. Taken up the ice and flipped into the zone by Sousa. The bouncing puck has to be handled in front of the net by Tomei. And he'll hang on for a whistle here. As we are just about 4 minutes into this hockey game, that one being the first shot on net for the Lumberjacks here this afternoon. Jangula wins the faceoff. Back to Healy at the blue line. He walks the line. A shot put on. Tomei the save. The rebound loose in front and swept away by the St. Louis defense as another shot is turned wide off a stick in front. Granite City holds it in. Another shot patted aside by Tomei. Lands on the near side. Healy throws it on. Didn't get all of that. And it's hustled up the ice now by Tarasenko. Trying to find Hofstetter. He gets it from Bacardi. Now Joey Bacardi in on net and can't put the puck on goal. Hofstetter centers it at the side of the net. That hits off the pads of Johnston. Goes into the near corner. And Granite City will wrap it around the boards to the far side where St. Louis holds it in against the Zamboni doors. A long shot blocked aside by Johnston as well. Rebound into the far corner. Taken along behind the net by Healy, and then a puck squirts free out in front, flipped on net for an easy save there by Johnston off the stick of Evan Ross. Mike Debo will come in and take this face-off for the Junior Blues, unable to win it as it gets tied up along the wall by Seamus Campbell back there. Puck into the near corner. Taken down the boards by Rumpf. Able to give it along to Deba as he gets taken down. It's sent off the side of the net and now cleared out of the zone by the Lumberjacks. In a race for it, Tomei will come out to play it. He'll move it into the corner. That gets turned over. A shot put wide of the net. Net comes off its moorings as well. The referee hasn't noticed, but the puck is knocked out of play off the stick of Cameron Cromwell over there on the far side. So the linesman will come in to readjust the net here, and we'll have a face-off on the far side of the ice back in the St. Louis end. Blake Spetz wins the draw for Granite City. Back to the blue line. They rim it around the wall. Spetz can't pick it up behind the net. St. Louis will move it to the near side and able to chip it past Schultz. 3-on-1 developing here for the Junior Blues. Ross into the zone, and he can't center it in front for Deba. On the near side, it's held in by St. Louis. Back behind the goal goes Campbell. Campbell works himself all the way around to the far side, top of the far circle. A shot put on and a glove save by Johnston. And we get another stop in play, so both teams will shuffle up the lines here. This is the final home game here for the St. Louis Junior Blues as the 2019-2020 campaign comes to a close. They will head out on the road after this to finish off the regular season against the division-leading Rochester Grizzlies as Rumpf gets back to the puck inside his own blue line. Able to send it over the stick of Sommers out to center ice. Collected at the blue line by Granite City and now spun to the near side. Lance will flip it in. Over there to get it is Sommers. He tries to center it on net. That hits off a body. Goes into the far corner. Now it's sent to the side of the St. Louis net. The Junior Blues will clear it to the near side off the stick of Kramer out to center. Kramer able to chip it forward to the Granite City blue line, but it's taken away there by Bronson. And another shot comes in and a save made by Johnston. Despite both of these teams having a playoff spot locked up, this game and the rest of them as well, moving forward to close out the year, all matter in terms of where these teams will start the playoffs. St. Louis right now 1 point behind the Cooley Region Chill, trying to get into second place to be able to host the playoff game. Granite City trying to hold a second place position as the net gets moved off its moorings yet again in the St. Louis zone. Tomei had to make a nice pad save as Granite City brought the puck into the zone. 13:33 left to play here in the first frame of this afternoon's game. Another face-off on the far side. St. Louis leading the way in shots, 10-4 so far. Lumberjacks able to win this face-off. A shot from the far point hits off a body in front and caroms all the way out of the zone. Healy will slide it across for Davidson. He flips it down into the near corner. Back to get it is Guds. He throws it quickly off the boards. Chipped by Salamondo over there on the far side. Now taken ahead by St. Louis. Granite City able to force the Junior Blues off the puck. Comes around where Guds holds it in on the near side. Puck battle now down in the corner. Kramer trying to dig it free, knocks a man down in the near corner rather. And it gets stapled up against the wall to the right of the Granite City net. Finally pops free and is taken out of the zone by Granite City off a skate there at center. So Guds flips it back in. Johnston the glove save. He'll play it along for his defense. Up the ice it comes into the zone. Diaz, and he'll just rim it around the wall and head off to the bench for a change. Jangula gets to it on the far side, trying to battle for it in the far corner now. Leaves it along the far boards, and Green will take it to the net. A shot and a save made by Tomei, but the rebound goes in, and Granite City has a 1-0 lead here with 12:28 left to play in the first period. Nathan Green took it right to the front of the net. A backhander put on, hit the pads of Tomei. And I think another poke there by Green will give him credit for the goal. A couple other Granite City players came in to search for the puck as well, so we'll see who they officially give it to. They do give it to Green, his 14th goal of the year. Granite City out to a 1-0 lead in the first period, same as we had last night. As the puck gets flipped down the ice all the way down for an icing call here against the Lumberjacks. Well, that just goes to show if you stay with it, good things will happen. Green never gave up on the play even after Tomei made the initial stop. Face off on the near side as Tarasenko digs in for it. He's able to win it back to the blue line. It comes, a shot from Delaney fired high and wide. Rimmed around the wall now. Delaney trying to hold it in. Can't do so. And a 2-on-1 develops now for the Lumberjacks. Shot put on. Patted aside by Tomei. Over to the near boards it comes. And it's moved around the wall by Green. St. Louis taking control in their own end. They fire it head off the stick of Daw all the way down. Johnston will sweep it along behind the goal. And getting to it on the near side, Larson will move it back behind where it's taken around to the far boards by Granite City now. Up the ice, 2-on-2, they come into the St. Louis end. A shot put on, gloved and held onto by Tomei as a man comes sliding into the far post. That looked to be Nicholas Reichert. Face off on the far side, won by the Lumberjacks. Move down the far wall behind the net. Can't be centered out in front by Simon. Now Simon again in the far corner. Trying to work himself away from Bacardi. Able to get it back to the blue line out on the near side. A shot from Johnson. Skips off a body and out of play. I believe that was Seamus Campbell, who recently committed to Quinnipiac, who got in the way of that. Spets and Deba on the draw here. Deba is able to win it for St. Louis. Comes to the near side. Campbell lets it roll back to Deba as he gets taken down. Now flip forward for Ross. Into the corner, tied up with Bronson back there. Ross able to work it along, and he'll leave it on the near side now as it's sent behind the net for Deba. Off the skates of the referee, Bacardi will chip it back behind the goal. Evan Ross collects and sends it back into the far corner, but over there to get it is Landon Johnson for the Lumberjacks, held in the zone by Deba on a good play. Mike Deba down the far wall, shot put on, patted aside by Johnston. The rebound looked back to the point for the St. Louis, but it's collected now and taken up the ice by Halliday. Halliday trying to work himself around Guds. The two of them collide in the near corner. Campbell takes the puck along, shuffles it ahead for Ross, and then Deba able to send it off a skate out to center. Campbell coming forward across the Lumberjack blue line, but can't take it any further. Flipped through center ice by Davidson. Both teams making changes here. Walton will backhand it out to neutral ice. It's flipped forward into the offensive end by Stevenson. But the Lumberjacks finish up their change and collect the puck on the near side. Swatted out to center and then chipped through by Sommers. Ahead, a shot put on and a save made by Tomei, coming off the stick of Ryan Pogue. Sommers and Tarasenko on the draw near side. Bailey Sommers wins it back. Blue line, a shot from Bronson into the glove of Tomei, and he'll hang on again here with 9:55 left to go in the first period. Sommers again able to win another faceoff. He tries to slide it on net right off the draw, but it got blocked in front. Walton on the far boards sends it out to center. Goes through everybody and all the way down to Bronson now. Bronson puts it off a stick, and Pogue deflects it up into the ceiling, and play is stopped. The low-hanging ceiling here can cause some havoc for teams trying to put a high hoister down the ice. So we get a face-off at dead center now. Tarasenko wins it for the Junior Blues. Chip back for Walton. He moves it off the near glass. That took a hop on Tarasenko. And flipped forward by Kruger now. Here comes the St. Louis captain down around the far wall. Kruger taken to the glass behind the net. Puck collected by Davidson on the near side. Now St. Louis comes to take the puck away from him. Rolls behind the goal. And it's loose out in front, but off a Granite City stick out to center ice. And Tarasenko will race back to it inside his own end. Valentin Tarasenko able to slip himself out of his own zone and up the ice. Drops it off for Hofstetter. Now across. A shot fanned on over there on the far side by Daw. And now up the ice 3-on-2 for Granite City. Into the zone. Lance, a shot. Good block there by Brogan Rumpf to get in the way of that. Now Hofstetter racing back the other way. Sean Hofstetter to the blue line. Around one Lumberjack, but not around another. And back the other way we come as Granite City swings it back into the offensive zone. Over to the near side now for Healy. His shot from a tight angle off the stick of Rumpf in front. And now some players collide on the far post, and the net is knocked free yet again. Also, the assists on that goal by Nathan Green earlier in the period were given to Jonah Jangula and Nicholas Reichert. That one came 7:33 into the hockey game. Face-off on the far side. St. Louis unable to win the draw as he gets knocked down the far boards. A couple players in a shoving match over on the far side, and this is going to draw a whistle here. And I believe we're going to get offsetting penalties. Cody Diaz and Joey Salamondo, who has drawn back into the lineup, will both have a seat inside the penalty box here. So we will skate 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes here with 8:26 left to go in the first period as the puck gets tied up along the far boards. Rolls all the way around to the near side. Healy holds it in for Granite City, but it comes right to a St. Louis stick, and they send it ahead for Campbell. Seamus Campbell plays it across. Joey Bacardi down the far wing. Bacardi, he'll take the puck all the way around behind the net, come out on the near side, and leave it off for Guds, who backhands it towards the goal, but that hit a skate and rolled wide. Tarasenko on the far side tied up. He sends the puck down into the corner. Campbell pressed into the glass by a couple of Lumberjacks. Squirts free. Tarasenko around behind the net. Out in front. Guds couldn't get a stick on it. Now another shot fired wide by Bacardi. Back to the point it goes. Joey Bacardi winds, fires. He scores! Joey Bacardi has tied the game at 1 goal apiece. 7:43 left to play in the first period. Good play by St. Louis to get it back to him from the far corner. He was all alone out there with some open ice and put a blast past Nate Johnson for the first goal of the game here for St. Louis. Still 4-on-4 for the next minute and 5 seconds as Trey Walton has it in his own end. Guds and Tarasenko credited for the assists on that goal from Bacardi as the puck is sent off a player on the bench on the far side. That was the goal I think St. Louis needed. They've had a lot of good time on offense here in this period, especially early right off the hop in this game, but Granite City had that little squeaker of a goal midway through the period. Trey Walton stapled to the glass by Green on the far side. Puck squirts free, and now it's taken by St. Louis out of their own zone. To the near side, out of the reach of Kruger. And Granite City will collect the puck inside their own end. Thrown off a stick. Now they clear it out to center ice. Off the body of Jangula. Trey Walton walks back to the blue line, and Ross takes the puck into the zone, but he is determined to be offside by our linesman here on the near side. For Joey Bacardi, that's his 11th goal of the season. The second-year defenseman for St. Louis, having quite a year. Rumpf off the draw, plays it across, now sent near side for Hofstetter. Hofstetter will hoist it down into the near corner. Back to get it is Billy Bronson. Cut off behind his own net there by a couple of St. Louis Junior Blues. But now Bronson able to take it out of his own zone. Across the red line he comes to the blue line. Drops it off on the near side looking for Spetz, who was tied up by his own feet at the St. Louis Junior Blues line. Junior Blues will recollect the puck in their own end. Hofstetter near side. He'll chip it across, looking for Kovalenko over there. Kovalenko back behind the goal. Comes around to the near side, leaves it back behind the net. Daw trying to dig it free off the boards, able to do so out in front, and he couldn't find a teammate on that pass, but it comes to Delaney, who works it down the far boards. Back for Kovalenko in the corner. He is tied up by Bronson over there on the far boards. Now some players come in to help out, and it's taken behind the net now by Green. Up the near side, Johnson. He is taken down, entering into offensive territory. Delayed penalty coming up here against St. Louis. And as Rumpf touches up the puck, we are going to get the penalty call. And this will be against Valentin Kovalenko for high sticking, I believe. Landon Johnson was racing up the far side, made a good play to chip the puck into the offensive zone, and then got taken down for his efforts by the Junior Blues forward. So the first power play of the game belongs to the Granite City Lumberjacks, and we will see what they do with it here. With 5:46 left to go in the first period, St. Louis wins the opening faceoff of this power play. On the near side, Stevenson can't clear it out. Got tied up on the near boards by Diaz. Now finally St. Louis able to send it out to center ice. Davidson there to get it. He puts it near side for Halliday. And back up the ice comes Diaz. Diaz drops it off for Lance inside the blue line. Lance across for Davidson. Now they set up shop here on offense. Halliday around to the near side. Thrown back to the point for Davidson now. 1:23 left to go for power play time here. Pogue down into the corner. Now it's chipped back to the blue line for Davidson. Bouncing puck, able to hold it in. Down into the corner. Move back near wing for Pogue. Blue line for Davidson. He fakes the shot. Drops it off for Pogue on the near side. Pogue sends it in front. That hits off a stick and is cleared down the ice by Salamondo. Johnston will play it ahead now to his own blue line for Halliday. Halliday can't work himself through center ice. Back the other way comes the Junior Blues. Ross to the net. A shot. Glove save by Johnston. The rebound was loose in front. I believe Ross got another whack at it, but it was cleared out of the Granite City defensive end. Rumpf will take some time off the clock here and throw it down the ice now. Off a skate, it's moved out to center. Lance will grab control of it. Looking across the ice, he throws it off the stick of Rumpf. Then it's gloved and held onto by Tomei here with 36 seconds left for St. Louis to kill off. 4:21 remaining in the period. Birdsall wins the draw. Back to the blue line for Bronson. He'll play it across. Now a fanned-on pass is cut off by Kramer and slid all the way down the length of the sheet here. Johnston will give it ahead for Reichert. He'll swing it to the near side. It's sent ahead off a skate at the St. Louis blue line. Tied up by Walton on the near side. And now Reichert off the wall. A shot blocked in front, I believe, by Mason Kruger. And now Tomei will pounce on the rebound at the side of the net and freeze play. So face-off on the near side inside St. Louis territory. Birdsall wins the draw again for Granite City. It's tied up in the dot. Now Birdsall backhander put on. A save made by Tomei. Birdsall will take it around to the far boards. He is pressed into the glass by Tarasenko. And St. Louis back to full strength here as now Tarasenko tied up along the glass. Granite City able to work it free to the near side. Taken by Reichert. Trying to center it out in front. That gets cut off by Bacardi. And now Van Kramer able to slide it down out of his own end. And this will go the distance for icing as Kirby Larson gets back to it. Good kill, though, by the St. Louis Junior Blues. Granite City 0 for 1 on the power play so far. Face-off near side. Dug free by Spetz. Now played back to the blue line. Davidson throws it across. A shot blocked off a body in front, and now the Junior Blues will sweep it out of their own end. They're able to make a change after that icing call as Davidson gets back to it inside his own zone. Sean Davidson up the near side looking for Simone. He was tied up by Walton. And now St. Louis takes the puck back at center ice. Over on the far side, Halliday trying to get it into the offensive zone, able to poke it across the blue line, but taken by Guds around to the near side. Cut off by Davidson at the point. His shot wide of the net, picked up by Ivory now. Mike Ivory racing up the far wing. Ivory cuts to the net, shot put on. Save was made by Johnston, then Walton turns the rebound back into the zone. Tarasenko gets to it in the near corner. He is shoved off the puck by Davidson. Now St. Louis turns the puck over, but it's held in by Walton, and his shot off a stick up into the ceiling. I believe Blake Spetz came across to get in the way of that and make a good defensive play. Face-off on the near side in Granite City's end. Junior Blues win it. Guds, a shot at the blue line, blocked off the stick of Ross in front. And now Evan Ross picks up the rebound. Oh, in front, a shot from Campbell. They score! Seamus Campbell has given the Junior Blues a 2-1 lead with 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the first period. A late goal here by St. Louis. Can they hold it and add on to close out the period? Debo wins the ensuing faceoff. Campbell chips it back to his own defense. And now it's collected by Granite City, thrown down off the stick of Tomei. Guds behind his own net. Sends it to the near side. Campbell will play it back to him. Lucas Guds able to work himself out of the corner with some help from Ross. It comes to the blue line, but held in now. Pogue trying to get it in the corner. Leaves it on the near side. Summers a shot from a tight angle, patted aside by Tomei. The rebound back on by Bronson off a stick wide. Now centered out in front. Summers again, and that was denied by either Tomei or a defenseman's stick. Lance plays it back to the blue line for Bronson. He'll send it around the boards. Pogue cuts it off behind the net. Pressure here by Granite City. He flips it across near wing. Larson will send it wide of the net. Lance picking it up there. Working himself around the other number 26 on the ice, Lucas Guds. The two of them tumble down behind the net. It's sent off the glove of Bronson out of the zone. Now taken up the ice by St. Louis into the Granite City zone, but Kirby Larson able to break that play up. Bailey Summers back the other way for Pogue inside the line. He fanned on that pass across. Hofstetter able to take it out of his own end. Now Sean Hofstetter, bench side up the ice, leaves it for Daw. Clayton Daw, shot. Blocker save by Johnston. The rebound loose in front, and it goes wide. And now Lance, he slaps it all the way around the wall, and that'll go down the distance for an icing call here against Granite City, I believe, as Trey Walton gets back to it with 49 seconds left to play in the period. That goal by Campbell, his 13th of the year, the assist given to Evan Ross and Mike Deba. As the Junior Blues are unable to win this face-off, but it comes around the wall. Kruger cuts it off, sends it behind the net. Daw will shuffle it along. Now it comes to the near wall. Walton plays it back down into the corner. Rims all the way around the boards. Kruger sends a puck wide of the net. Tarasenko leaving it at the side of the goal, and Johnston will put a glove over top of it. .30 seconds left to play here in the first period. Tarasenko wins the draw for St. Louis. Back to the point, Rump. He'll slide it down into the far corner. Tarasenko sweeps it along behind the net, comes out in front. Nobody could get a stick on it. Rump holds it in on the near side. Down into the corner it goes. Jack Healy pressed into the boards. Puck squirts free. St. Louis holds it in. Rump sends it wide of the net, looking for Daw. Now Hofstetter trying to put it back in front. Daw does on the doorstep. Tarasenko can't stuff it in as a good pad save was made by Johnston. I think he got just the tip of the toe on that as St. Louis rolls it back behind the net, and play comes to an end here in the first 20 minutes. Seamus Campbell has given the Junior Blues a 2-1 lead after 20 minutes of hockey here at Afton. We will bring you back for the start of the second period in about 15 minutes of time. I'm Matt Kenyon. You're watching this broadcast of St. Louis Junior Blues hockey, driven by Sunset Ford on Hockey TV.